Mindset mastery. Make sure you guys tap in. This course we put together is here to improve your mindset, improve your life in every possible way. If you missed this one, you've lacked. There's limited spaces to this course, so make sure you guys rush over to our website to get access. We focus on confidence. We focus on building up self-talk. We focus on affirmations. Shit, we even threw in a word search just for you as well. Do you get me? So tap into the Energizer podcast course. You can find it on our website. And if you want to charge up your life, head over there.
Listen, I told you guys about the push-ups. You guys getting involved?
You're involved.
So
We're doing that.
I've been thinking
maybe
like
like
squats
yesterday.
What do you mean squats? This ain't pure gym, bro. bang 10 push-ups in it. What do you mean?
We can do like the girly.
Come on, man. You didn't travel 3 hours to not get involved. Come on, man.
I'm getting involved, but another alternative.
By the way, I'm gonna be vlogging in it. Not the push-ups, because some people ain't, but I'm just saying, I'm doing a little vlog. You're gonna be
we're actually doing content ourselves as well.
Yeah, we're doing a young vlog. We got 2 more guests in the building. They're saying they're gonna bang 100 push-ups and that. So we're gonna see what's going on. You get me?
I'm gonna do what I can do.
Yeah.
Alright, come, let's do these.
Oh, let's do it. Still.
Welcome back to another episode of the Energizer podcast. Today we're here with your boy T.
I just done push-ups, bro. I'm knackered, bro. It's tired. It's tired. You already know.
And we got 2 special guests in the building. We don't have 1, we have 2, man. So let us know about yourself. Introduce yourselves, man.
So I'm Nessa V.
Yeah, Nessa V. Yeah, I got better energy.
Yeah.
Shall I bring your mic a little bit closer to you if you can, please? Yeah.
Okay, so I'm Nessa V and I'm the owner of Brandless.
Yeah. Big Brandless.
Yeah, and my name's Jennifer.
Yeah.
I help manage Brandless.
Come on. Alright then, cool. So we're gonna.
Sorry. I was a driver now. Let's before we even get into the nitty-gritty. How was the drive?
They come from different 2 locations.
So where?
Yeah.
So
I live in Telford and she lives in Wolverhampton. So
Okay.
altogether it's like a good 3 hours.
Swear down.
Yeah.
Can't
You
lie.
have to make sure this
Big up
podcast
yourself,
worth it,
man. Big up. That's a long ass drive still. I promise to make the episode worth your while.
Yeah,
Innit?
better.
What tunes you got listen to on the way down? What artists you got listen to at the moment?
So we love Amapiano, Afrobeat.
Yeah, I've been feeling that thing.
I sack it and them right there.
Yeah.
I know that thing.
And our all-time favorite, Tion Wayne.
Yeah, you actually listen to Can't Go Broke.
Yeah,
Can't
Can't
Go
Go
Broke.
Grind Don't Stop.
Yeah,
All of that.
come on.
So what? Born and raised in Wolverhampton,
Yeah.
Telford. Where's Telford? Never heard that in my life.
Telford's like a little town, it's my little safe zone. I'll be everywhere else, but I like to go home to my own little space. So.
Yeah, what's it like up there though? Quiet?
Yeah, very quiet. It's a white neighborhood. I grew up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's balanced me out. I'm not too out, but I'm not too in. You know what I mean? It's allowed me to have variety.
Yeah, man, hear that still.
So let's touch on your childhood.
Sorry,
then.
lad, I'm not. Sorry.
Bloody
Sorry. What country you lot from? Nigeria?
No, guess.
I shouldn't ask that, bro.
Oh, you got yourself in a
I think
little
everyone's
pickle
Nigerian.
there, mate.
Everyone thinks everyone's Nigerian.
Ghana. Okay, I give up. Still, where is it?
I'm Kenyan.
Kenyan. I'm Nigerian.
You're so typical, man.
I know, Nigeria.
I'm
Ghana.
Nigerian. So that's where you from?
I'm from Ghana.
This guy is not Nigerian.
I'm Yoruba, bro.
No, he's not.
Speaking of
You look
Yoruba,
Ghanaian
Obviously,
to
I'm
me.
not close to my parents and that, so I
you
don't
know
know.
little something. Even
This guy's straight from the Caribbean.
Caribbean still. Even
Oh, listen.
All you know is jerk chicken.
I look Nigerian though, innit?
thought you even
No,
look Ghanaian.
Oh
Ghanaian.
no, stretch. Anyway, onto the topic.
But yeah, flipping, I was gonna say. So
Yeah.
let's bring it back though. Yeah, we'll touch on your story first. Yeah, what was your childhood like growing up? So let's say between the age of 5 to 10.
Okay, so I grew up in. Actually, let me take it all the way back. I was actually born in Peckham.
Pet.
You know, I can't actually claim that. I don't remember it, but I just know that's what it says on my birth certificate, innit? So we're gonna roll with that. Then obviously moved to Telford, raised there. Anyways,
Yeah, but quickly though, let's slow this down. Peckham, Telford, like that's 2 different sites. Like why all the way up there?
when my parents first came, they didn't have papers, so living in London was just really, really hot. So they moved down there to establish themselves, and now they're doing really good for themselves. So that's really the story behind it.
Shout them out. Nah, they're cool. So childhood growing up.
So I grew up with just my mom, my sister. My mom was a single mother for a long time, and I feel like that's installed a lot of things into me, good values and bad values actually, because I feel like growing up, watching my mum be a man and taking the lead. At first you think it's a good thing, but then when you get into relationships and stuff, it's kind of challenging to still be feminine and still go for that feminine energy. So yeah, I grew up with just my mum for a long time. It installed good things into me, definitely, but I feel like a lot of my drive comes from like being with my mom, seeing how much she hustled. But then I'd also say as well, like, I'm scared of the future because of having like a single mother. You see the truth, you don't see all the love and all the, you know what I mean, you see the like real adulthood for what it is. And I see my mom crying about bills all the time. So growing up, I used to cry every birthday because I used to be scared to grow up because I was like, damn, you know what I mean?
I'm old, I'm gonna have to deal with this myself.
And then when I turned like maybe 14, my sister moved to my dad's house, so I was just with my mom. I built a really good relationship with her, and obviously that's helped guide me and stuff. But yeah, like, that's really just me. The majority of my drive comes from fear, but I feel like it's good fear though, you know what I mean? So yeah, I went to uni, studied law, and I moved back home. I'm still in uni right now, but I just drive there. I moved home because of, yet again, like, just wanting to have like a comfort pillow, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes paying bills and stuff, if you can choose not to pay the bill, then don't pay the bill, do you know what I mean? So I moved home, built myself up that way, just because I want to be prepared for the future. I don't want to be scared. I want to be ready. So yeah,
I hear you. All right then, so you said your motivation, your drive is built by fear now, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Fear can be good. There's also like the fear of the Lord, you know what I mean? Fear can be really good. It's just the way we channel it. We all have fear. There's no point trying to act like, say, oh, fear, like, you can't get away from it. It's inevitable. So it's just about what you do with that fear, you know what I mean?
I feel like fear is one of the biggest driving factors still. Like, let's just say, like, where you're walking down a dark alley and you see someone behind you, fear's going to tick in and you're going to run as fast as you ever could, you get me? So the fact that you have that same fear when it comes to your business of just succeeding, you have that fire inside of you still, so I rate that highly still.
Do you have fear of failure?
Yeah.
I got that still.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of us do, really.
I feel like the idea of my life being in my hands makes my head just, it makes my head ring, but you know, like, you can't run away from that. So that definitely drives me, fear and pain. Take the pain and make champagne.
I like that.
Busy, you get me? How are you, Jennifer, man? Chat to me.
Childhood, so just me and my mum, single parent, born and raised in Wolverhampton, obviously. Not having a dad, my dad died like 3 days after I was born. So just me and my mum. So from the age of 5 to 10, when I was 5, actually, my mum got admitted to hospital. She got sick. She had insomnia. So she was there for like 6 months. So that really did affect me, especially at that age, and not living. I don't have a big family in the UK, anyways. So living with my auntie, so my mum's best friend, took me in. But I remember, like, when my mum was in hospital, I just told myself that you've got this. Like, at the age of 5, what 5-year-old told yourself you got this at the age of 5? I told myself you got this. It's either now or never kind of thing. So when she came back, at least she just I kind of like was independent at the age of 5. So when she was sick, I just tried to make sure that she was fine instead of focusing on myself kind of thing. But she got better. So at the age of 5 and 10, I just installed like independency over my life. And also parents as well, like African household is like very much, you don't need someone to do this for you, you can do it by yourself, especially as a woman in an African household. It's like, you don't need a man to do this for you, go do this, focus on education first, forget men afterwards, get your money,
so
like forget the love but focus on you, you know, kind of thing. So that's what I kind of grew up in. And I feel like I'm just kind of still walking in that as well. I'm trying to let go of that mentality, but so
that early independence at a young age, how do you feel like that's affected you now? Obviously you're older, you've grown now. Do you feel like you've still got that same trait within you?
Yeah, kinda. Well, not kinda, a lot. Because even now, I struggle with asking for help. So even if I really need it, I don't know what to do. It's like I've got it by myself, I can do it by myself kind of thing. Instead of me going out and asking for help. And also just more focus on my life and my future. I'm just so focused on my future, I don't care about the other kind of things as well. So yeah.
I'm with you.
Boy, this is a lot to process, man. This is deep still. I'm here. I ain't even got much to say, lad, mate.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let's touch on childhood. Let's fast forward a little bit. Let's talk about starting business, you know, So, remind me, Brandless, it wasn't originally started with both of you, right?
No.
So, talk me through the journey. How did the whole thing come about?
So I'm very like religious. Sometimes I defer away from religion, but God always finds me. So so Brandless actually started with God. I'm gonna keep it 100. I say it all the time. All my students know it. Brandless is not a man-made thing. I put it before the altar. I prayed on it, and that's the way it's always gonna be. So.
I rate it.
So do you know the way it actually really started? It started with me realizing I didn't know myself. That ass, like, I felt like
I'm gonna start using
that ass. So it started like that. I felt like I was lost in the source, like lost in TikTok, in the black UK black girl aesthetic. You know, literally, like I had the smiley, the nose piercing, and the everything. You know what I mean? And I was saying to Jennifer, like, I don't even know how to dress. Like, I don't know my style. Jennifer, she can dress.
This is not me. This isn't me.
She's Kim Light today. She can dress. And I was saying to her, I don't even know my style. I don't know myself. And I felt like I was so humble to say, I don't know who I am. So Jennifer took me to church. And when I went to church, the pastor said the same thing to me. He looked at me and said, you don't know yourself. Like, you don't know who you are. You're living a lie. And it was so hard to hear it from someone else. But it wasn't just that, though. He said to me, like, I see it, and I see your pain. I see what you've been through. Like, let me fix you. You know what I mean? Let me help you. And it touched me because no one's ever talked to me like that before. You know what I mean? So with that, he said to me, that nose person and that thing in your mouth needs to come out. So I was like, no word. Because I feel like it wasn't me. Like, I feel like every girl on TikTok has it. You know what I mean? And I feel like no one knows their own style. We kind of see one girl has this, one girl's wearing cargos, and we put it into the UK aesthetic. So we have a bit of everything, and you lose yourself, right, you know what I mean? So he told me to take out my jewelry, which I did. And then he told me to take a 7-day fast from social media. I want to tell you that was the hardest thing I have ever done in my life. I said to him, you don't want to fast from food? I can fast from food. He said, no, social media. Because he knew me, do you know what I mean? So when he said that to me, I was like, okay, cool. I remember the first day I woke up and I went back to sleep and dreamt about going through my apps because it was crazy. It was so deep. But within that time, I had no other like social media platform or nothing like that. I'd already moved home from uni. At this point, I was in a relationship, but I decided to move home to like focus because I always knew I wanted to get into something, like if it was drop shipping or if it was, I didn't know about Amazon FBA then, but if it was drop shipping, if it was like Airbnb, that was my main thing. I knew I was going to get into something, so I moved home without a vision. I just said, fuck uni, you know what I mean? Like,
fuck uni.
I mean, I'm still in uni though. We gotta play it safe, but you know, like, fuck uni is in like.
I lasted uni for 2 days.
Fuck
and I
you.
said,
2
days. I uni for 2 days. I said, this is not my story.
I just not necessarily fuck uni because you know African parents, so you know you gotta still keep them. But
I
just
understand
like
as a Niger man.
The whole student life. Because a lot of them have their own accommodations and stuff. But really, and truly, they're going back home to their parents' house. Let's keep it a buck. Let's actually keep it a buck. So I was like, fuck uni. So I had started looking into Amazon FBA and stuff like that. Then within that time, I was just by myself. I had no social media, so all I had was my camera roll. So all I was doing was recording. I was recording the process. The video that went viral on TikTok was literally within my fast. I didn't have anything else to do but to record. I have videos of me crying next to the boxes, like just talking to myself, saying I don't know myself, you know what I mean? And to God be the glory, like everything I do like is God. I can't even sit here and say it's me. So that's how Brandless started, and then the video blew up. And the one thing about me, I feel like being an opportunist is good sometimes. I don't really like opportunities, it's too tough, but it depends how you do it. Obviously, I seen an opportunity and I said, I'm gonna take it. So obviously I seen it was doing well, and I was like, you know what, I want to help females because that's me, you know what I mean? Like, I've always felt like I've been a born leader, so I was like, let me like take this platform. So I started getting hella messages, my flipping email. People were going as far as my email, my TikTok, finding my Snap. It was crazy. And then I was just like, whoa, okay, I know I want to do something, but I don't know what it is. Then I froze and said, you know what, I'm not doing anything. Fuck it, like nothing's happening no more, I'm scared. And then I put a message on my story and Jennifer messaged me and I said, she got on the phone to me and then I told her.
What was the message that you put out?
I just said like I need help. I was just like, I need help. I see an opportunity in front of me and I don't know what to do with it. Like, is anyone willing to help?
And I came
Jennifer, Jennifer said, call me.
Wicked.
So, that's how it happened. And we got on the phone. She I can't do it without Jennifer. Like, she just gave me vision, you know what I mean? Like, I had the plan, I just needed the platform.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Jennifer, still.
I'm with you.
She gave me the vision. She was like, okay, let's make a Telegram, let's do a Zoom call. So that's what we did. We made a Telegram that now has over 400 plus girls in there.
What? You're whining? 400 people? That's a lot.
And then we then jumped on 3 Zoom calls and basically explained what Amazon FBA was. We had quite a few girls in there.
Yeah.
And then overnight, I spoke to someone. She said to me, like, you need to start putting everything through your personal account. And then she was like, you need to make a brand or something. I was like, cool. I sat down overnight. I was like, I don't know what to name. I don't know what to name. I was like, damn, I don't know what to name it. What brand? I was like, do you know what? Brandless. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right then. So that's the
Brandless.
origin of the name.
Yeah, I was like, Brandless. Like, forget it. Like, I ain't even going to stress. It's in God's hands. Do you know what I mean? And then I made the logo on Canva real quick. And the cover is like the logo is like a planet, right? Like a networking thing. And after that, that's when the Holy Spirit started flowing. It started flowing like, so now Brandless is a platform for females to learn Amazon FBA, but it's not just that. It's also other brands. So if there's another female that's doing, like, for example, drop shipping, I would negotiate with her, and she can teach within Brandless. She can be a mentor. Brandless is now more of an academy for females to come learn, network, and be empowered. It's not just FBA. I don't want to cap them to FBA. I want them to learn everything. I want to make a platform that I didn't have as a person that just left uni with no I don't even know what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? So that's what Brandless is. And yeah, like, it makes sense now. You know, sometimes things don't make sense in the moment, but now it makes sense because it's Brandless, because there's a dozen brands in there, and it's a platform for you to create your own brand. Do you know what I mean? So we're humble enough to have no brand for you.
Big boss movements. I rate it highly still. I feel like it's becoming like a, bro, correct me if I'm wrong there, but like the past like 3-4 guests that's come on the platform, they've mentioned like how God's played a big part in the story, bro. Do you get me? And I feel like it's a sign still. Like recently, man's been tapping in with God a lot more. Like, I'm going to like a service after this still. Do you get me? But I feel like if you didn't go to church that day, you would have never spoke to that pastor. You would have never come on social media.
Shout out to Morehouse Chapel.
Shout them out. And then you would have never been on this journey, innit? So large up the big man upstairs.
Yeah, literally.
So alright, then sliding over to you now. Where did you come into the story? Obviously, you briefly touched on it, but what's your version of events?
My main goal for this year was to be bold. I feel like I'm a person that I'm just very creative, and I like order. I like to make sure I take action, kind of thing. So when Vanessa started, when I invited to church actually, and then she told me a whole business idea. I think you told me your whole business idea, right? Yeah, she did, yeah. And then she prayed about it and everything. And then the next day she told me what happened, and then she posted on a story that she said, I was like, yeah, I was like, oh, cool, let me just say, yeah, like, I'm down for it. I was like, yeah, I want it. I was just like, yeah, me. Kind of being shy about it. And it obviously took like 3 hours to open a reply because she's really bad with replies.
You're like me still.
So bad.
That's like me.
I'm working on
My
it.
replies are the worst.
I feel like I'm very quick, even though my phones are doing disturb all the time. But she took forever. I was like, cool, whatever, I'll let it pass by. And then she called me, was talking. So I was like, yeah, boom. Telegram. We need to do Zoom calls. We need to create Instagram page. We need to create like a Stripe account in case of anything like what it is now. Just taking order, and so far so good, and look where it is now. Like, it's literally.
So what was you guys' relationship before that? Like, how did you guys
social media? You know how back in the day, like Instagram. Well, I don't think it's the same now, but Instagram, like, you follow, you like, you comment, you talk you make friends on social media, and that's what it was.
Yeah, we was always like, you know, like, we're just always nice girls to each other. That's what it was. And then people start to say we looked alike. Maybe we don't look like now. But when we were young, we looked very alike.
People said the side profile, like the nose,
or our smile, our nose. You know what I mean? So people used to always say that.
It might even be secret sisters, man. You never know.
That's what people used to say.
You never know. So I feel like we were like probably like 15.
Yeah, like year 9, 10.
So we literally linked up just because people were saying it. So we was like, okay, let's see what people are saying. We went to Nando's.
That's crazy. You know why? That's mad. Me and Ty, our first proper link up was in Nando's.
Is it?
I don't even know this guy.
Back then, that's what we could honestly, like, at 15, like what, like 50, all afford really, Nando's.
So that's how our friendship kind of grew.
And then we literally just met, and then from there, even though she lived in Telford, which like back then trained.
I was always traveling for her.
So. I never came down there, just like once.
So what question? Yeah, what is Amazon FBA? So you mentioned it a few times. I don't know nothing about what that is. So say blank slate. You're trying to, let's not say pitch Brandless, because you said it's more than just that. But in the beginner stages, it's surrounding around Amazon FBA. What is it?
So Amazon FBA is basically Amazon fulfills your order. So instead of you like being direct from you to customer, it's you Amazon customer. Do you know what I mean?
So like drop shipping.
Yeah, literally. And people always like get it messed up. People be like, oh, do you drop ship? If I was drop shipping, I wouldn't have the parcels on me like I always do. The difference between Amazon FBA and drop shipping is that drop shipping, everything is digital. You don't see the product, which is a good thing because in a way, like your plug is the wholesaler, so you never run out of inventory. However, you don't get to see the inventory. So one,
can't really test the quality.
You can't test it, so you don't know if your customer's getting something that's expired, something that doesn't work, something that's broken. But what you do know is that when that bad review comes, it's coming to you. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So that's the difference between like Amazon FBA and Brandless
and dropshipping
and dropshipping, yeah. So basically they fulfill your order, they deal with customer service, all of them things there. You need to basically just make sure you're always supplying a product that's in demand for them. You know what I mean? And there's different things you can do. You can do retail arbitrage and online arbitrage.
What's that?
So retail arbitrage is basically like going into a store and finding a product like within the store that may be low on clearance but is doing well on Amazon. That's basically the same as well with online arbitrage, where you just do it on a website. Private label is you finding your own product and branding it as your own. So sometimes people say like Amazon has like branding limitations, which is true, but you can do like private label, which is within your own brand but on Amazon. Do you know what I mean? And I always advise people, like my students anyways, not to jump straight into private label because it is literally a business. It's like it can be a legacy. You know what I mean? It's a business. So I say start with like retail arbitrage, online arbitrage. Find the demand in whatever niche it is that you're going into. If it's baby products, if it's like gym, whatever. And then from there, when you see the numbers flying in, you could be like, okay, there's a demand here. Let me make a private label. Let me make this my own business. Let me brand it. And then, I'm with that's what it is.
All right, then, cool. So you probably teach this in your academy,
Yeah.
But like, let's say I'm starting Amazon FBA today now, and I'm trying to find like an ideal product, What key things I need to look out for? Like pricing or...
I would say trends.
Yeah.
I always say to my students, there's a difference between a want and a need. I would recommend them to like sell two products. You know what I mean? A seasonal product and a product that you need all the time. You don't want to be selling lashes. You don't want to be selling lip gloss. I'll be saying to them, don't come to me with that. Don't come to me with that. This isn't that.
You want product, like toilet paper.
Yeah. I want you guys to like branch out to a clientele that has nothing. You want to be pushing to the old white people. Do you know what I mean? Getting the barbecues or getting, summer's around the corner. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I would say definitely seasonal stuff, things that are needed. If you want to go on to wants, you can. But like when I say wants, it's just don't be silly with it. Do you know what I mean? And seasonal things like, for example, Valentine's Day, rose petals. You know what I mean? But that's when I say like, I always say to them as well, like, it's so funny, like my students basically made like reviews on me the other day, and they was always saying like, oh, Ness is always saying where the money resides. Always go where the money resides. Like, so with private label, you kind of can't do that because once you've invested so much money into a brand, if it's not doing well, you can't. You know what I mean?
You're stuck with the stock.
You're stuck with it. But if you get into like, for example, it's Valentine's Day, rose petals, you can do that. You know what I mean? As like, you get it. So yeah.
So I'm kind of confused though. Yeah. So let's say you got Amazon FBA, you're buying it on Amazon, ordering it to your yard, or am I wrong? Like, correct me if I'm wrong, ordering it to your yard and then selling it, putting it out to the customer basically, yeah? Or am I wrong?
You're wrong.
Okay, let me know what it is then.
So you buy it from like, obviously like if it's a retailer, if it's like a wholesaler, you then ship it to Amazon. Yeah, do you get it?
Amazon fulfill
No,
it.
what do you mean ship it to Amazon?
So let's say you buy a phone now, yeah? You're gonna sell this phone, yeah? You got the phone, comes to your crib, then you send it to Amazon, and now when someone orders on Amazon, Amazon's gonna send it to the person.
Okay.
Literally like drop shipping, like how you said it, literally.
Okay, cool, yeah. And then with this different like trends and stuff, so was it like a barbecue's in stock right now? So now I'm selling barbecues. How do you find your clients or your audience? How does that work?
Well, like the good thing about it as well is that with Amazon, like you don't have to necessarily do advertisement, because you're only going where the money resides. That's why I say all the time. Because if you can see a product is doing really well, you're going to get onto that product.
You just got to add your shit to the mix, basically.
Literally.
I'm with you still. So everything sounds rosy now, but I know what business is really like, and I know that there's challenges or whatever the case may be. So tell me one time where you've been hit with a hurdle and you're thinking, shit, like this is a mad thing. Like, tell me where you really...
Probably like
this is for both of you as well.
Yeah. After I first got into Amazon, I did really well at the beginning, and I was like, yeah, Do you know what I
Making
mean?
the money.
And I was like, okay, like I'm like, you know, I'm the GOAT. Like this is my field.
Alright, cool, but let's get into it now. What's really good though? You don't need to say the specific number, but what's really good? So for someone out there, when they can say, all right, cool, I've done really good because I'm hitting around the same. Like, how do you define what really good is?
Oh, like as in like making numbers, like as in like actually what you gain.
Figures,
Yeah.
I would say really good for me. Like a milestone for me anyways was when I made 1.2k in 3 days.
Strong.
That was just like, whoa, you know, it was a lot. It's not always like that though. I keep it 100 with my students. There's times I don't get any sales. You know what I mean? And you have to show them that. Otherwise, when they're making something, they're like, yo, Vanessa, do you get it? But you have to keep it 100. But yeah, that was definitely a milestone for me.
Big.
There's people that are making like millions though, so I can't even amount to that. But for someone that like
Just
used to, you know, just started, or someone that you know, I used to work in the hospital and stuff like that, and I'll be making like, you know, chicken and chip change from 12-hour shifts.
That 1.3 is probably not even the whole month.
Yeah,
like,
that's
3 days.
That's
3
someone's
days.
monthly salary.
You know what I mean? 3 days. So yeah.
I rate it.
Alright then.
You might even see me doing a young Amazon FBA too.
Switching, flipping the switch, yeah. I want both of you to ask me and take a question. Any question. Anything.
We actually have questions from our students as well.
Yeah.
Cool. What, so you ask your students to ask?
Yes, actually.
As well.
I don't know if you guys are ready for these questions.
Listen, I'm ready for anything.
It's kind of what?
It's kind of like intense. Like,
ask me, hit me,
know what I
man.
mean?
Hit me.
Can't throw me off, man.
Okay, let's get on that.
But yeah, this Amazon thing sounds interesting still. Like, I've heard people say it, like dropshipping, Amazon FBA, but I never knew what it actually is or what it looked like in it. So,
have you got any business ideas you personally want to get yourself into?
Not really. Like, to me, it's just kind of following the blueprint. Obviously, I work a full-time job anyways. I got the podcast and then I have my own web design business anyway. So that's probably like everything I want to do, I'm already doing it. It's just like scaling what I've currently got going on.
Okay.
I agree. Okay. What about you? Anything else you want to like get yourself into?
No, do you know what? I feel like my hands are tired. I'm doing a lot at the moment. So the clothing brand, like, that takes most of my time. Then I've got the podcast as well, and I've got like a career as well. Do you get me? So I'm juggling a lot. The clothing brand takes up majority of my time anyway.
Yeah.
Plus, I've got my own team with the clothing brand. It's like I'm trying to manage that. There's no more businesses around here. No way.
So how do you deal with all of that? Like just trying to balance everything, like working full time, your businesses and everything.
Me personally, I don't know, you know, like I don't really have much of a balance. It's just whatever's a top priority at the moment. If I'm just being 1,000 with you, before I'll be like, oh yeah, like I would dedicate X amount of hours, but in theory that works, but in reality it don't really work like that. So I would just say for me, like for example, I'm working on 3 clients for my web design business right now. So when I go home, I'm going to be putting 3 hours into to make a website. Then I got to chat to our team. We've got a team at the podcast who I'm going to touch down with, get them to do some tasks, whatever. Plus obviously Monday to Friday is working, and on top of that I do martial arts as well. So I've got training and that. But
we're busy.
but obviously like you can make time. I'm not gonna put this image like I'm some mad Bezos guy right now. Soon, but right now it's not like that.
Do you also like work like a 9 to 5 as well?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So
because I work as well. I'm going into my 3rd year of uni and starting this alongside my content creator. It's like we start with Brandless is like because it's new. There's so much coming in.
Yeah, real.
So for me, it's like I'm trying to balance like all the heat right now.
Yeah, it's difficult, man. But I always have the perspective that you got to do more to be more in it. So it's like I sign up for this because I want to achieve certain things in my life. So I'm going to make the necessary sacrifices in it.
I love that.
My way is just that it has to be done, innit? And especially when you have people relying on you, it's like you don't really have an option. Like there's certain things that need to get done today, and if they're not done today, no one's going to do them. Innit? So that's just my way still. But I feel like because I started Trendsetter so young. I started when I was like 15, going on 16. I've been doing this for ages, so now it's like second nature. I wake up in the morning and I know I've got to get X, Y, and Z done. Just a part of like my blueprint.
Congratulations for that as well, especially like I feel like with business these days, it's more so a trend to have a business. So the fact that you started so young, you was videoing your own shit, you know what I mean? So I really, really respect it, especially
how old are you guys now?
I'll tell you after.
Boy, we'll hear that one after.
I hear Dukes. Anyways, I don't know what he's trying.
You can't even see.
As a miming and that. So you got questions? Let's
hit them.
We was like working on them in the car.
I feel like we should start with the harder ones that we said was gonna be a bit challenging.
I'm telling you, it's not a challenging question.
You do the Telegram and I do our ones.
Okay. Yeah, you do the Telegram ones. You do that one. So.
Should I start with mine?
Yeah, you go.
Alright, cool. So
who's this one for? Both of us.
Yeah, both of you.
Alright, cool. Why do men associate a woman being submissive with a woman needing their money?
Oh, damn. I didn't know
Yeah.
it was taking
Straight
it.
to it.
Repeat that.
Straight into it.
Repeat that one.
Why do men associate a woman being submissive with a woman needing them for their money?
I don't. I can't answer that question because obviously men and my personal opinion is going to be slightly different. I don't associate a woman being submissive with, oh yeah, she's just begging me for peas and for me to purchase and finance her life. I think submission can come from other ways outside of the financial aspect. For example, respect in the household, which is obviously goes both ways. I think submission also looks like what's the word? Not pandering to me as a man, but like if I've got my own, how do I even articulate this? Submission can be like, oh yeah, cool. As a man, I'm the more dominant one, so she's submissive in the sense that she knows what she is in control of, and I know what I'm in control of. But I don't necessarily think that, oh yeah, the only way my woman can be submissive to me is, oh yeah, baby, can I have this bank account so I can I have your bank card so I can go buy X or get my nails done? Do you know what I mean? Like, have your own job, have your own hustle, but you can show your submission to me in other ways. Am I looking for a girl who's just gonna be like, oh yeah, at my beck and call, do this? No. Obviously, you have autonomy, do your own thing, but I still think there's, for that kind of relationship from like a masculine to feminine energy type, there needs to be a level of submission from the feminine towards the masculine. I think
definitely
that's what I would say.
I feel like that comes with God though, because I feel like there's a lot of boss babe individuals and stuff like that they feel like they don't need a man. And you don't need a man to establish yourself, but you do need a man in certain aspects in life. Keep it 100. You know what I mean?
I think
it's so real.
Real. I think men and women need each other, and I feel like
they do.
There's this whole image today that we don't, and like how you said, the boss babe, I don't need a man. Man are like, banner gal, I don't need it. But really and truly, we do, innit?
We need each other.
There's
nothing wrong with that.
Facts.
And I passed that question.
I'm happy with that.
She's happy. She's the one. This is
my niche. I'm ready to get on your ass.
She's like, let me just answer the next question.
Alright, cool.
This is you.
What are your opinions about a female boss?
That question is mad broad. What's my opinions about a female boss? I feel like they're attractive, man. I feel like a female boss is attractive. I feel like I'm a male boss. I'm the male version of that. So we'll click together. I feel like, how can I take it? I feel like, but there's a difference though. I feel like there can be a female boss and there can be a female that's a boss, but she's just like, I don't need no one. I'm in my own lane or whatever the case may be. I feel like there's a difference between the two of them.
I feel like it's ugly. I feel like it's ugly. That whole, I don't need a man, And I'm saying that from a place that I was once at. You know what I mean? I feel like I've just evolved, and I feel like with the knowledge of God, you understand your role as a woman. In the Bible, it speaks about the virtuous woman. You know what I mean? You build your home, and the foolish woman tears down her own home with her own hands. Do you know what I mean? So when you're here like, oh, I don't need a man, you're gonna get married one day. You're gonna say, oh, I don't need a man. You know what I'm trying to say? So
what is the role of a woman?
Before I even touch that, let me just finish my question.
Asking you the question.
You said that's
over.
But I feel like the definition of a female boss isn't someone that's running business and making sure business is straight. Like being a female boss is having your shit together yourself, innit? Like whether it's like hygiene or being patterned with your family, or like even if you're at the point where you're having kids, making sure that your household is put together properly, your kids are looked after well, and then also coming into like, it don't need to be business, it could be,
because I feel like a lot of people would try and say like a female boss is just you have to be in business and that's it.
No, that's dead.
Do you know what I mean?
That's dead. Like I don't feel like you need to be in business to be a female boss. You can be
you
a boss.
need to be the boss of your own life. You need to be able to write your own story, you know what I mean? Be fearless. And I also feel like not needing validation, not needing anyone to clap for you. I feel like me, where like the town I've came from, I don't get applaudances, I don't get nothing, but I still keep pushing. And I feel like that's the hardest thing. I was saying to Jennifer the other day, like when you wake up every day and be somebody else every single day, and people still treat you the same, as the hardest thing to do, to carry on, like without being applauded, without you know, even your family being like, oh, well done. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like if you're a boss, it intimidates people because they know you don't even need that validation. I'm gonna do it anyways. And if you don't want to be part of the team, you can just watch it. You know.
Real.
I hear that.
I got a question for you though before we get back to mine. What is the role of a woman?
Oh God.
What is the role of a woman? Tell me.
Okay, Jennifer, you go first.
Yeah, Jennifer, you go.
For me, anyways, of like how I've for over the past 3 years, it's about self-development and being strong in what I believe in and being strong in me, like being firm. So being a woman is knowing what I stand for. So I stand for like developing. I stand for like love and community and sisterhood. I feel like people around you build you to be who you are, and alongside of God as well. I do like the thought of being like independence, but like I think that, like we said, that there's pros and cons of being an independent woman. I just stand for having your own, but not saying you're having your own but you don't want someone else to provide for you. That both of that as well. And also just being secure in myself and knowing who I am and having the full love for myself and the same love that Jesus had.
Would you say that's the traits of a woman or the role of a woman though? Because that kind of is like the traits of what a woman is, but like titles, like what's the role?
A role is like being a housewife. Basically, everyone wants a role of being a woman, if you want to put it that way, like cooking and cleaning, getting the kids from school, making sure before the husband comes back home, the food needs to be done, X, Y, and Z. I would say those are the roles of a woman, but that's just not the only roles. Like you can also go out there and get your own money. You can also go out there and do X, Y, and Z what you need to do for yourself. But when you come home to your husband and you look after him, you look after your kids too.
Reggie, what do you think?
Like that.
What do you think of what I was like, what do you think of what she said about the role of a woman? Do you agree, disagree?
I agree.
Yeah, I just like get
sure?
me out.
Yeah,
man, I agree. You don't even know what she said.
Have your own and come back and also make sure you look after what needs to be looked after at home as well.
I said a PG answer. I see you still. I see another one, man. Let's go. Another question.
Oh, another question.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a difference between a female boss and a woman in business? Or a boss babe and a woman in business?
I feel like the whole boss babe is just a term created by social media. So no one really knows what it is, because you might identify that by one girl on TikTok saying she's a boss babe. You know what I mean? Or get glammed up in front of her camera compared to someone else who could be like, I don't know, some serial entrepreneur. You could also coin her as a boss babe. So I don't really believe in that term. Yeah. That's a dance thing. I don't really. So let's repeat the question, sorry. The difference between
a female boss and a woman in business. I feel like one's more respected, and I feel like I'm kind of in the middle right now, where I'm telling people like I'm trying to shift my identity kind of in a way from being like a baddie, like I'm making money, like, you know what I mean, even though like that is me.
I disagree.
What would you rather?
I feel like you'd want the respect of a woman in business. You know, people take you more seriously.
A woman.
What would you rather have, a female boss, or would you say
a woman in business?
A woman in business.
What's the difference, bro?
There's a difference.
I don't see no difference.
I'd rather have a female boss.
I don't see no difference, bro. I don't see no difference.
Because like a woman in business, any girl can be in business, but they can be a loser. Do you know what I mean? Like you don't, just because you're in business doesn't mean that you tick all the boxes of being a good woman. But if you're a boss, would you say a boss babe or boss woman or whatever the case may be? I don't just settle that just in business. That's a boss with your family, with your kids, your household, how you are in business or 9 to 5.
Naji, because you can be a woman in business, you can work for a business or work for a company and still have everything you just said, and you can be a boss babe. Anyone can open an Instagram page and say they've got their nail tech business and be a boss babe.
Forget their definition of a boss babe. I'm saying my definition of a boss babe.
Yeah, because you both have different views of what a boss babe is.
Fair.
So would you say like your woman in business, like, okay, she has a top career, work in the top 5 countries in the world,
I think that's
X, Y, and Z kind of thing.
Yeah, but
I feel like men are intimidated by women. Let's be real. A lot of men today are intimidated by women. Let's keep it 100%.
I got a scenario,
sorry, I have to just tend to this kind of. Say that again.
A lot of men are intimidated by women.
Why?
Because they are.
Why?
Because I was saying to Jennifer, this is what I think. The pandemic, you guys were sleeping. I feel like the woman was really cooking it up in the pandemic, and now you guys are just trying to make like a lot of. I seen like this thing on social media. No. I seen this thing on social media, and he was like, "Oh, I don't want a boss babe. I don't want a woman that's in business because I'd rather have a woman that works in like a restaurant or something."
That video
like
went viral.
Yeah,
he's a loser.
So what does that mean?
No, but he's saying that because 9 times out of 10, if a woman's a lawyer or she's got her own shit going on, like why would you not be happy for her if it wasn't for the fact
but you're basing that off one brother making a TikTok.
That's not one person though. That's a whole like.
That's a whole what?
It's a whole.
That's a whole lot of clout he got from that video.
No, but it's a lot of people that feel that way.
What if the majority of his followers or people who engage in his content were women? What are you gonna say then?
Nah, but it wasn't though.
How do you know?
Because I'm saying it wasn't. How do you know?
Okay, what do you mean I'm saying it wasn't? Who is that own that TikTok, bro? What do you mean I'm saying it wasn't? So it wasn't. That doesn't mean nothing. And I personally think that it's not all men. I think some men are small, not even a small. A pot.
Why do you feel like they're intimidated?
Because I think in the old days, how do I even let me think before I speak? I think now that, like you said, a lot more women are into this whole hustle entrepreneurship thing, which is perfectly fine. Get your bag for real, I think that was the easiest way before in like our parents' generation to spot like, okay, cool, who's the dominant, the man's the breadwinner, the woman's not the breadwinner, let's just say. I'm not even gonna say the whole household thing. Yeah, cool. That was the easiest way to split it. So now when everyone's on the same pedestal and you've got women, some women, not even, you got women who are out earning some men or just men in general, now the man's thinking, shit, like I'm meant to be the dominant one, but she earns twice as more than me. That is why this collection of men is insecure. But is that all men? I don't think so. Tay, he's an anomaly. He just said that he would want a boss babe. Me, Reggie, I don't know what Reggie's saying, but me, I want my woman to be on her shit. Do you know what I mean? So I wouldn't say that.
It's nice to see that, but maybe there was 2 other guys here that be saying otherwise. You know what I mean?
True.
And I feel like it makes a lot of women like have to like kind of dull themselves down. Do you know what I mean? Instead of like them to work together. Do you know what I mean? I feel like a lot of guys want like validation for a woman needing them. Do you know what I mean? 'Cause I feel like a lot of men don't know how to provide outside of finances. They don't know how to provide like emotionally and like showing you feelings and stuff like that. They just throw money at you. Do you know what I mean?
I hear that still. But again, I
on
think
the flip side, could you be with someone, so interrupt you, bro, could you guys be with someone that earns significantly less than you, though?
Yeah.
You could.
You could.
Yeah.
That sounds good now,
I
though.
mean,
like,
I mean,
when you want to go to Bali, but he can only afford like.
Yeah, you're on the beach and he's like, babe, can you lend me 15? I just booked in my hair appointment, but I ain't got the peas. Like,
okay.
This is something that I didn't like this topic to come up
okay,
with,
like,
I'm so shallow.
I have done it before. That's why I said
you finance that man?
Yeah.
How did that make you feel? How did that make you? I'm in my bag now. How did that make you feel, financing a man?
Do you know what it is though? When I did it out of love, so it was never like, oh, look, like, do you know what I mean? But it's just when
you say financing, like how though? Like what things was you covering?
Ubers, food.
Yeah, all of that stuff. Do you know what I mean? So it gets like that sometimes though. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta help. Sometimes you gotta help out though, because you see that vision, dead ass. But right now though, I wouldn't.
Did you see his vision at the time?
Yeah, but right now, the reason why I actually wouldn't, so let me change my answer, I would not, is because right now, really and truly, I'm not even dating. And I'm not dating because I want to be the best version of myself. So when I get into a relationship, I can bring the best version of myself.
What does that look like?
The best version of myself.
Yeah, so you're saying you're not going into a relationship now because you're trying to be the best version of yourself. What is the best version of yourself? What does that look like? Like
mentally, like in religion as well. In my finances. My finances not too much though, actually. Like, although I, like, obviously, like, that's what we're here for, like, to talk about Brandless and stuff like that. It's really not even that. It's just me, like, as I said at the beginning, I feel like I didn't know myself. So if I'm coming to someone, I want to be the best version of myself. I want to love myself. In order to love myself, I need to know, like, yeah, this is me. Do you know what I mean? So in this time that I'm doing that, and I'm saying, okay, I'm not going to have all the midnight, the pillow talk and all of these things there. If a guy comes to me now and he tries to move to me and he isn't the best version of himself, I'm going to be like, okay, so when I was disciplining myself, trying to be the best version of myself, what was you doing? You was here pillow talking. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like you weren't really the one for me. Like, I feel like I'll meet someone that's on the same road as me.
But could the right person not help you with that?
With what?
So you're saying like the best version of yourself looks like you evolving religiously, emotionally, mentally and financially based off what you described. Can the right person not help you increase all of them things? Can that mystery man be like, babes, like it's Sunday morning, you're waking up late, we got church, babes, babes, invest in this.
But right now I feel like I would take him in as a friend.
I hear you.
I would take him. Do you know what it is? Because these days it's so easy to like talk to someone, like I'd want to know someone deeply. Like, obviously if I'm saying friends now, you know how it gets, you know what I mean? But just the fact that you'd even be my friend, I respect it, you know what I mean? The fact that you'd actually like want to get to know me for me as well, not just jump into all the flighty stuff.
If you like to go, I'm in my bag right now, sorry, if you like to go, and you was like, I want this girl, I want this one to be my wife, and based off what Vanessa said, she friends on you, bruv. How long are you waiting? Would you wait? Question number one, would you wait for her to be at her best version? That's what you said. That's my question. Let me just ask that one. Would you wait?
You're talking about now?
Yeah.
Boy. So I'm on a similar journey still. I'm on a similar journey where I ain't really on the whole relationship thing until I pattern my shit. You know what I mean? So I'm on a similar journey. Probably wouldn't matter. But if I wasn't on that journey now, and I approach Vanessa and I'm feeding her and she's like, nah, it's a friends thing. But in my mind, I want more than that. I don't know how long I'll be
I feel like you have to see the vision.
It just depends. It depends where I'm at still. Depends where I'm at.
I just wanted to ask that.
Any other questions? Hit us.
Fairs.
You was on those questions for a long time, bro.
Hold on, let me get the last question.
Cool.
How do you deal with being present on social media in this generation, knowing it can make or break your business?
I'll go. So, originally, starting this podcast, I knew it would be a good platform to promote the brand, innit? It would be good because obviously I'm wearing it every episode. It's sponsored in each episode. You get me? It's just plugging it in. But then in like the first 2-3 months, I'm thinking, damn, like I've got to kind of filter myself because if I say one wrong thing, it's not just fucking up the podcast, but it's fucking up the brand too. Do you know what I mean? So it's a lot of like, what it was at the time, like walking on a thin line. But now I understand that I'm me in it. I'm me, and I know I'm not an idiot, so I'm not gonna say nothing dumb on here. And I feel like being on this podcast gives you more personality and context behind the brand, innit?
Literally.
So where I'm touching on certain things, like when I'm building an office and I'm walking them through the whole idea behind it, it's like you lot can see behind the clothes now. Do you get me? And what I always say is like clothing, it's just fabric and stitches, bro. Like the same clothing I'm wearing can be made by any other brand out there, but it's like the story behind your brand that's gonna get your brand further, innit? And the fact that I'm on here and I'm telling a story, it's like people are resonating with it more still. So that's my thing. You get me?
What about you?
Can you repeat the question, please? Sorry.
Hold on.
So something about social media making or breaking your business, innit?
Yeah.
Or your brand.
How do you deal with being present on social media in this generation, knowing it can make or break your business?
I know it's gonna sound mad dumb, but obviously my bro taught me this months ago. I just pressed the fuck it button because let's say now, for example, I like last episode, you guys obviously weren't here. I did some mad stutter. Man started. You get it? But if I was like, oh my days, I'm in my head. If I was like, oh my days, like I started, what am I gonna think? People gonna watch that
out earlier.
Do you get it? I don't give a fuck. Like I swear down, like I'll press the fuck it button. Like if I started and what? Do you get it?
Yeah.
You're gonna laugh. You're gonna think about it for 5 seconds. You might rewind it and then you're gonna carry on about your day. Do you get it? So I just live like, bro, this is my world. Even though I might make me sound cocky, whatever. I don't care. If I post on social media and someone's like, raw, like why mama got crumbs? I got crumbs in my mouth, big man. What? You get it? What? Man just had a length food. What? Do you get it? Like I just think you gotta go into things not caring. Before I never used to be like this. I used to be like quite like raw, like let me not post or let me delete this. But bruv, like it's my life and I'm not gonna live my life thinking about the what if people think this, what if people are gonna do that, what if I get dragged on a timeline, so what man? Like you don't live my life in it, so I don't give a damn still.
I love that. I really do.
What about you lot? Obviously Brandless, you got a big business and whatnot, so
it's your first podcast as well, you guys said, isn't it? So how are you guys feeling about that? This is the first time.
Before that, because this is our first podcast, so like before we even came on, it was like, oh my gosh, like what we're going to talk about, how should we be, X, Y, and Z. Literally, we're just saying be ourselves. And the more we think about it, the more we're like, okay, cool, no, this is how we should be said. No, X, Y, and Z. But just be us. I feel like I'm comfortable. I'm sure you're comfortable as well. So it's been good so far.
And you know, you got to think, like, and again, my bro told me this like a year ago, there's no rules. Like, you are creating your own social media account. You are coming onto this podcast, yes, our podcast, but it's you guys. There's no rules. You lot can swear, laugh, leave right now, go toilet, come back. There's no rules. You get it? There's people, probably someone right now in this massive ass world universe who's probably on TikTok live getting dressed and they probably got dry skin. They ain't even put the cocoa butter yet. There's probably another person who's still got their head cap and bonnet on. Do you know what I mean? I'm on the podcast with my do-rag on. Like, who actually cares when people like that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's real still.
It's just a mindset still.
What about you?
To answer the question about how I deal with social media, it's a working process, to be honest. At first, Brandless wasn't even gonna like be attached to me at all. I wanted it to be like a ghost, you know what I mean? Like just like literally Brandless. But my friends would say to me, no, like you need to obviously, like, as you said, like anyone they can go anywhere to learn, do you know what I mean? But it's also about knowing you and knowing everything behind it and the story.
No word.
So it's just about articulating myself the right way. Obviously, as a female as well, it's a bit harder just to be like, oh fuck it sometimes, you know what I mean? Because
why though?
I don't know.
Do you think that's just in your head though?
You think?
Or do you think it's like
in your head still? I do.
You think?
Because with me, I don't care. Over the past like few years, I've always been a person I just don't care. I just do what I need to do. Sometimes the split, I should have not done that, but I don't give a heck.
I just feel like, I don't know, like it's a bit, I don't know, especially if you're in the limelight, like I just feel like everyone's just like not watching, but I feel like everyone's got something to say, you know what I mean? And it's kind of just about cancelling that noise, you know what I mean? And just making sure that, you know, especially like, as I said, like coming from a small town as well, like it's kind of, people kind of already predict how it's meant to be, you know? Everybody's grown up and stayed there.
Trying to write your future.
Do you get it? So it's kind of just hard, like, So with social media right now, it's a work in process. Just articulating myself the right way. As I said, Jennifer is the better version of me. So sometimes I'll be getting annoyed and stuff, and I have to talk to her.
Yeah, calm her down. Sometimes just things that she said, I'm like, are you thinking? Like,
yeah, but I didn't even agree with that. Like, she's not the better version of you.
Yeah, because you're still being
you. You are the best version of yourself, and you are the best version of yourself as well. Do you know what I mean? She compliments you.
Yeah, literally.
But your own individual.
Yeah, but we're actually different people.
We're so different.
Like, so different.
Yeah, like that was even an issue in Brandless, because although like obviously I own Brandless, like Jennifer's like a big part of Brandless as well. So I like her input. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And we're currently actually going through like a rebrand on Brandless, because we're trying to move away from like, I don't even know how to explain it. Jennifer doesn't like the aesthetic of like the pink and like just like the
just how it looks.
I was gonna say so Brandless, from what I've seen, is just for the females. Would you guys ever branch out and make it male orientated as well?
I thought you was gonna ask me this, and I really put this in my head.
I wasn't gonna ask you, but it just came to my mind.
Oh, is it? Okay, so so right now obviously Brandless is just a platform for females. But I feel like maybe in the future, if Brandless did turn out well, I probably would partner up with a male who does like something online, like some form of online money, and make like a Brandless for the men as well.
I'm with you still.
So I definitely would do that in the future. Right now though, I feel like it's kind of more my purpose right now to just do it for the girls, but it's not something I would close off. You know what I mean? Right now it's really not even for the money too tough. You know what I mean? It's just more about just the sisterhood of it. Otherwise I would.
But everyone says that though.
Otherwise I would teach
everyone says
it's not about the money.
Everyone says it's not about the money.
It's about.
But if you wasn't getting paid at all, would you still be doing this?
Nah, but I feel like low key I would, because
because right now what we're doing is like, even like the prices that we do, or even before that, like it's just very much like putting it out there and stuff like that. It's just not about like, because I know people that personally like do drop shipping and like crypto and like mentoring. Like I have a friend that he does drop shipping and he charges like 1K. And then that's just like per person. What we're doing like is not even amounting to any of that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but then on the
but
contrary,
that's because of our target audience. Though.
Yeah,
but just because you're charging lower, you're still charging at the end of the day. And also, and this is not like to discredit you. There's nothing wrong with doing it for the people. Listen, we all got bills.
Put your prices up.
We all got people.
Knowledge is power. Like,
man.
I wouldn't mind even like getting someone to invest in. And then I'll just do it without letting them know what it is. But knowledge itself is so powerful. You've got to pay me for the knowledge.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with like at the end of the day, like that's how everything in life is transactionary. You know what I mean? You buy and sell, you buy and receive, etc. Yeah, and you couldn't say that you didn't do it for the money when the sole reason you started it was obviously to make a profit because you wanted to improve your situation, whatever. And that's perfectly fine. You should be proud of that. You shouldn't let. I don't know if this is just an internal thought or external people saying that there's something wrong with you charging or having set prices, because at the end of the day, you've worked, learned, done the trials and tribulations yourself. You've got a certain level of skill set and knowledge. Why shouldn't you charge for that? Do you know what I mean?
I definitely hear you, but I still would. I wouldn't teach them because I said knowledge is power, but I definitely would do like Brandless is a community for females. I definitely would do that. And even Jennifer, I feel like you would still do that. The fact that you're sat there saying it, I'm even looking at you sideways because from a young age we've always wanted to do something like this. Like we've always literally like it's just in our nature. Jennifer's the best person for me to even do it with. So I would definitely still have something, but I'm very business minded. Everything I'm always interested in Jennifer, like we need to put money on it. Do you get it? So I would definitely still have something for the girls, but knowledge-wise, you got to pay me because knowledge is even more than money to me.
See, I rate that still. Quickly, obviously, we're going to wrap up in a minute. Just to go back onto the point about how there's no rules, tell me something random about yourself, you as well. Something completely random. Random. Tell me something random about yourself. Could be anything. Could be what you have for breakfast today. Anything.
You go, bro.
Alright. I'll go first. I got 2 tattoos. In the next month, I got another tattoo appointment booked. I'm gonna get a half sleeve, and my do-rag is on because my head's bare nappy right now. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't got my head on still. Random. You lot look at each other like, bro, this guy's weird still. Random, man. What about you?
You lot go.
I had beetroot for breakfast this morning.
Beetroot?
Beetroot? What does that even taste like?
It's actually nice, yeah.
Not even a golden oats porridge.
No, beetroot, avocado and egg, yeah.
That's a healthy breakfast, boy.
Okay. I had chewing gum for breakfast today.
Swear down. What, extra?
Yeah, just chewing gum. Yeah, chewing gum extra actually. Yeah. Want to be a bit bougie with it. I washed it down with some water.
I hear that. So.
Yeah. That's what I got.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what I got.
What'd you say? Like a random?
Something random, bruv.
My left arm, I can't twist it. I can't twist it. I've never been able to twist it.
Why not?
Why?
What, like,
Them robot man there, bro.
Check it out.
Never. I think like when I was younger, like I must have twisted it. I never went to hospital and I just kept it moving. And I think since then I haven't been able to move it.
What, real? Like you can't go like that?
Bro, when I'm in the gym now, yeah, you see when you got the long bar and you're trying to lift it up.
Love.
I got to hold one like this and one like this.
Straight down.
I can't twist it, bro. It's mad.
Like this left arm.
This left arm, I can't make it flat, bro. I can't make it flat.
Does it hurt? Does it feel like it's gonna like snap if you do it, or?
It just don't move that way. It don't hurt or nothing. It just doesn't move that way. I don't know.
Should go get checked out.
Yeah, go get that checked out.
Like, any chiropractors out there. It's been like that for years, innit? It's just my thing. But yeah, man. That's me still. Yeah. Alright, cool. On the way out, what we usually do, yeah, we leave the people them with like a practical gem that they can take right now. It could be anything, yeah. It could be related to Amazon FBA, drop shipping, or just in life in general. Shoot them. Anything.
Something for them to take away from the podcast.
It doesn't have to be from the podcast. It could be anything.
In general.
Yeah. It can be if you want.
Be humble.
Yeah.
You don't have to bow to no man, but bow before God. Understand that there's something bigger than you. You know what I mean? You don't have to be beneath any human being. You know what I mean? You run your own life. You are the right of your own life. You know what I mean? Like you are you, but be humble enough to understand that you need help. And sometimes the only person that can help you is someone higher than you, higher than anybody else. So be humble. And yeah, that's all that's helped me. So yeah.
Big. What about you?
Have faith. Having faith takes you a long way. It also kind of plays like a part in everything that you do, because sometimes we lack it and we just feel like as if there's no doors open. But just have faith in it that God's working on it as well. So yeah.
Run it, my boy.
Press the fuck it button, man. There's no rules. Like the only rules that you have are the ones that you've created for yourself in your head. Just press the fuck it button, man. Who cares if you go on live in a vest or you have your hair out or whatever the fuck, man. Just do it. Press the fuck it button. There's literally no rules.
I'd say, do you know what I'd say? Yeah, this ain't really a gem, but this is like, from what I've seen myself, I say travel more, man. Like step outside your area, like go on holiday. I know you've gone on a few solo joints recently as well, but the more you step out of your environment, the more things that you pick up on that can help you in your day-to-day life, innit? So I say travel, man, get out there, go on a little holiday. Even if you can't go on holiday, go to young Brighton, Bournemouth, whatever, just see what the culture's saying, man. I say travel up. Do you get me?
Quick question, man, just have to ask you. When you said your thing, you was like, oh yeah, bow to no man. Like, obviously you have a lot of like strong, like passion, like, I don't want to say feminine energy. Are you a feminist? And it's a random. I just wanted to ask. I'm not even trying to catch. I just wanted to ask.
No,
okay, cool.
when I say no man, like I didn't say man.
Oh.
Don't do that.
You mean like human?
Like no human. Like no. You get it? I need a man. Let me just say that. I need me a man.
I'm not being a feminist, man. I love women. I just want to. No.
I'm saying like bow to no man. Like you don't have to be like below any human being. Don't bow to no man. The only person you should bow to is obviously God. You know what I mean? Because he's higher than anyone that's telling you can't do nothing. You know what I mean? So yeah, not man.
I hear that still.
Hundo. Alright then, plug your socials, man. Let the people them know where you're at, where they can find you, and what's up next for you as well, man.
Yeah, so follow me on Instagram, DNessaV, and also follow Brandless UK on Instagram, TikTok as well. We have a website coming out real soon. And if you want to learn FBA, social media management, graphic design, or anything on social media, make sure you guys check out Brandless. And yeah.
Follow me up on Instagram and TikTok, Jenny.Roberts1, and Talks with Jenny. And make sure you follow Brandless.uk on Instagram as well.
So
strong. And follow up, man. Subscribe as well.
Yeah.
Wow.